So far in our Understanding Autism series, we have introduced you to kids and young people who will likely need lifelong support. We also want you to meet adults on the spectrum who are thriving as their authentic selves and changing the world along the way.
Just a couple days ago, we had our busiest day with merchants.
Tyler Leech started at Wells Fargo back in 2015 as an intern.
This right here is some of the team member recognition pins I've gotten.
Tell us about what you do here when you're at work.
Mostly, I analyze different merchants that want to do business with us.
What would you tell businesses and bosses about hiring people with autism? Why should they?
With them being focused on a certain task and doing things repetitively, they're able to get production going a bit faster. They're able to contribute a lot of support for their team.
What do employers need to know about opening the doors, if you will?
Employers need to know that these people, just like themselves, feel good about a good day's work.
Dr. Scott Atwood is the Vice President of Adult Services for Balance Autism.
We also provide employment services, so where we go out into the community and help somebody with autism find a job and work with the community employer side by side with the person with autism so they can gain job skills.
And especially in this labor market, he says it's a win-win.
This isn't a request to, oh, please help the people with autism, right? This is a thing where we want to come help you fill your positions, right? We've got the employee base for you. Open your doors and we can come and support and help you out there.
And I was embarrassed to talk about it.
Tyler is also an advocate.
It was back in summer 2019.
He was pulled over because his tail light was out.
Then the officer said something else and I couldn't hear what he said, so I gave a bit of a confused look, and then he told me to step out of the car, and that's when I was handcuffed. That was when they searched the inside of my car and my pockets and asked if I had drugs on me, and I told them I never did any drugs in my life.
Tyler shared his story during Autism Day on the Hill, and a bill was signed into law that allows people to have an autism indicator added to their driver's license.
A lot of people who are autistic do have the ability to drive, and some of the things that they say or do may not be as some people think. And if there's enough training within law enforcement, they'll be able to understand autism a bit better. Oh, wait, there's someone.
The traffic stop, did he ask you at any time if you...
And that is exactly why the Des Moines Police Academy invited Tyler to speak to recruits.
Training has changed so much since I started in 2000.
Sergeant Lorna Garcia is now the Mobile Crisis Unit Coordinator. That's something that didn't even exist back then.
When an officer's doing a traffic stop, and we're used to asking direct questions and getting direct answers. And when we get a stalled response or stuttered response or just stalling, a lot of times when people are stalling, they're thinking of a lie. By default, some officers just think something else is going on, this is really suspicious, and then our brains go to the criminal side of things.
But then he asked me a question that gave me a little bit of a confused look on my face.
Hearing Tyler's story, it's important to remember that there could be something else. Maybe we need to slow down. Maybe I need to simplify my question. Really read his nonverbal to understand what is he communicating right now. Is he being evasive or is he just overwhelmed?
It makes me feel like I'm calm and a bit free. Some people speak and just handle the rough stuff.
And in Tyler's case, he might not be wearing footwear.
Being barefoot is a sensory thing a lot of people who are autistic do. It makes them more aware of their surroundings, and it doesn't make them feel constricted by shoes and socks.
He created the Barefoot Autism Challenge in 2017 to let people know about the sensory side of autism.
All you have to do is post a picture or video on social media during the month of April of you walking barefoot, and then share why you advocate for someone who's autistic.
From social media to the police department, the State House, and the workplace,
It gives people a chance to understand all the differences that we have.
Tyler is teaching people everywhere some very important lessons.
Everyone in this world is important, and if you take the time to know someone who is autistic, you can learn about them and yourself in more ways than you can imagine.
That is the truth. By the way, ChildServe was also part of the training for police recruits. That is another great resource. This is another one, the National Autism Association. If you have a family member with autism, you can go on that website and order this. It is the big red safety box. We want to remind you that all of these resources are going to be found under the Understanding Autism tab on our website, who13.com.
Another great special report, Erin. I know you know Tyler and I go back. We've emceed a couple events.
Yes.
You won't find someone with a bigger heart than Tyler.
He is a treasure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Erin.
Yep.